So you are sitting on your motorcycle and wondering what the first thing you should do is. Well, the first thing you should do is probably turn it on. Just like that. So now you're sitting here, your bike's running. How do you start actually moving this thing? Well, that brings us to step number one, the clutch. The clutch is responsible for delivering power to the wheel and is what actually makes your bike move forward. However, we are in neutral. So what you do is squeeze in the clutch and kick down into first gear. Now it's very important that you don't let this go, because otherwise you will do this, which is called stalling out. And this is going to happen. This is very common for beginners. All you do is you squeeze in the clutch and start your bike back up. What happens when you stall is you just let the clutch out too quickly. What I would practice with the clutch is letting it out slowly until the bike starts moving, and then stop. Bring it back. If you notice, both my feet are still on the ground. Let it out and stop. You never need to take your feet off the ground to find what is called the friction zone. Now, once you get comfortable and you're in a nice open area, you can let the clutch all the way out and pick your feet up. This is most likely where you will stall out as you are learning. But now you have the bike completely moving on its own. Just like this. Congratulations, you are riding a motorcycle. So now that you've got the motorcycle moving, you need to learn how to turn the motorcycle. Turning is pretty simple, especially at lower speeds like this, as it's just using the handlebars like this. Now, tighter turns are difficult. Slower moving turns are more difficult, and especially to the right, because sometimes you'll hit the throttle. But with enough practice, you can get used to just turning the motorcycle just like this. We still haven't added any throttle. Throttle is not necessary while you're at low speeds like this, as you just want to practice idling. Just practice turning just like this, and you can do you can go around these islands like this and do figure eights, and just practice what that feels like turning the motorcycle just like that. Now, for this third step, it's very important to know your brakes. This is your front brake, and your right foot is your rear brake. The reason that this is so important for your next step is because step 3 is throttle. We're going to be speeding up to about 10 miles an hour, and then letting off. And just feel the bike when it engages the throttle and when you let go. And then when you need to make your turn, you make your turn. And then you feel the throttle and let it go. And now you're adding throttle. You can get more comfortable going a little bit faster. No faster than really 15 to 20 miles an hour should be necessary. So that way you can get to know what that feels like. It's important to remember not to add throttle in the middle of your turn. Otherwise, you could crash. That's for another video. Step 4 is going to be learning how to shift. And it's a bit of a process. really need to be good at step 3 and comfortable with your clutch before you start shifting. In order to shift, you need to squeeze in your clutch, shift up on your gear lever, let out the clutch, and get back on the throttle. So that looks like this. Clutch in, shift up, let the clutch out, and we're back on the throttle. And now we are in second gear. It is important to note that when you do shift, you are going to have to be going faster as a minimum, otherwise you're going to stall. Now let's say you need to shift down. Well, it's the same process, but instead of going up, you're going to push down. And prepare for the bike to jerk a little bit as it's slowing down. Clutch in, kick down, let the clutch out. And now you're back into first gear. And now you notice you can go back to idle speed. Putting all of these steps together is going to allow you to ride your motorcycle. In the next video, we're going to go over different types of braking and how and when to use each. There are certain times, but for now, get comfortable just working the functions of the motorcycle. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.